ChicagoBanks.com.
2021, baby. Fucking up. Street. Sports. Let it. Y'all ready?
This our time. This our time. Football sports. Extreme. This our time. This our time. Yeah. This our time. Football sports. Extreme.
Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Football Sports Extreme. And as I always say, anytime we take our seat, we bring you the details of what is going on around the football world. I'm William Apojima and you can call me MC. Okay viewers, if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video, you will get alerted. Okay, so viewers, today I have with me Kim Murata on Skype. But before I introduce Kim Murata, viewers, to sponsor this show, please contact our WhatsApp number on 0553 196209. 0553 196209. Or you can send us an email to sportsdynastytoday@gmail.com. sportsdynastytoday@gmail.com. Okay, so viewers, as I said earlier on, I have Kim Murata on Skype. But before then, we are going to review the EPL Week 2. And these are the results on the screen. Okay, Kim Murata, can you hear me? Hello, Kim Murata.
Yes, MC, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, Kim Murata, how are you doing?
Yeah, I've been doing good. A bit busy lately, so I've not been on top of it. But of course, I'm always available to give our viewers the best of what they are looking forward to.
Very good. Okay, so Kim Murata, before we proceed, I just want to thank you for what you did the other time, because I had comments. People were sending me messages that, the guy you brought on the show gave us an insight, just took us through the week 1 game, and they were like, they really loved it. So I just want to say thank you, brother. Thank you.
Well, MC, we also thank the viewers for also watching and following closely. They should always do that. They should keep on pressing the subscribe button and also allowing that notification bell to go on. So anytime there is an upload, you just will get it. And it is what it is. We're going to feed them what they need to hear.
Exactly. Okay, so Kim Murata, to proceed, today we are going to start from Liverpool and Burnley. You know, Liverpool played Burnley and they scored Burnley 2-0. But before we are going to talk about Liverpool and Burnley, I want us to look at something. You see, their game, you could see Burnley, they were coming up, but they missed some chances. But if they should take their chances, you could see that they could have scored Liverpool, or probably they could have played draw. What do you think about this? Can you take us through Liverpool and Burnley's game?
Yes, MC. So that was a good, analytical view of the game. You looked at it technically, which is true. Given the fact that Liverpool had to win the game, if Burnley should have taken their chances, they would have drawn in that game. But then, you can't take anything away from the champions. 2 seasons ago, they were really good. Liverpool has always been the Liverpool we've known since last time they were able to win the Champions League and also going on to win the Super Cup. They've always proven something, and they went on to win their first EPL title in over 30 years. So, coming into this season, of course, last season was a rather shambolic performance throughout the season for Liverpool. From a Liverpool fans' perspective, you just say that the team wasn't really clinical. But then this season, they've started so well, having Van Dijk back. You could just feel the vibe, and Anfield, the cup, it was buzzing. You could just tell the fans were so happy seeing the team back in action again. The same first 11 they were used to when they were winning trophies. So, I didn't even fault Burnley a lot, because then they were playing against the backdrop that the fans were back at the stadium, and that was even against them. So they were almost like playing against 200,000 and over people, because the fans who were watching at home also were following. So you could just tell that Burnley really went there to give Liverpool a very good game. But then again, of course, we should give credit to Alisson. Alisson was superb on the night. He was so good. You could just tell how confident he was and the saves he made. So I wouldn't fault Burnley. It was class performance from Liverpool. Otherwise, I'll just say that they would have been punished if it was a top opposition. You could just tell how they were a bit shambolic and rather rusty in defense. But then, fair play to them. Liverpool deserved the win, and of course they got it.
Okay. So we are going to move from Liverpool and Burnley's game to Manchester City and Norwich. We know Manchester City scored Norwich 5, but there's one thing I want us to talk about. Jack Grealish. We make a video about him, and looking at Jack Grealish, do you think he's going to fit in Pep's lineup? Because Pep likes possessive football, but Jack Grealish, loves to hold the ball for some time, loves to do all sort of skirmishes, but Pep is not in support of that thing. Do you think as time goes on, Pep can work with him?
Yeah, MC, I think for or in the case of Jack Grealish is a top player. He's always been the player that had carried, Aston Villa over the years, and coming into a new team made up of superstars. I would just say superstars because they won the EPL trophy and other trophies in the English league for countless of seasons. Since Pep took over the coaching role at the Etihad Stadium, you could just feel that he still knows or thinks. He feels that he's still back at Villa where he used to carry the team, but he's forgetting that this time he needs to play with the team. He's not playing for the team, rather he's playing with the team. So it's a collective discipline that they need to put up to be able to be successful. But then I think some players are able to adjust quickly, others will have to take time to adjust. So with Jack Grealish, I'm not doubting his capabilities. You come to the party very soon. Of course, he scored a goal that many a football fanatic was saying over the weekend that was a lucky goal. We don't call any goal a lucky goal, or based on the fact that he was bought with a very expensive fee. Doesn't mean he should be scoring overhead kicks like bicycle kicks, scoring long range balls or anything. Every goal is a goal. If it's a penalty, he shoots, he scores. It boosts his confidence, his morale. So I'll just leave it here and say that MC, just expect more from Jack Grealish.
Okay.
He is with a certain Pep Guardiola who was there with Messi. He coached a lot of superstars at Barcelona and even at Bayern Munich. So you should just see that he's always going to, learn the Pep way, and after that, we just will see goals coming from Jack Grealish.
Okay, so Manchester City as a whole, do you think this time they are capable of winning the EPL?
Well, MC, this is a tough one. We talked about this the other time. For Manchester City, we're not going to rule them out of the contention for it. But then, it's a very dicey one this season. There are 7 teams I can say that they are really in contention for the ultimate. You could just talk about Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, of course. We've got Leicester City, we've got Spurs. And also, when you're looking at West Ham United, I always said this from last season, that they have a very technical team, a team that can play with any tactic being given them by David Moyes. So we shouldn't write or rule them out of the contention for it. But then Manchester City, as always, they won last season's EPL title based on the backdrop that teams were not really in that mood when Corona was lurking and everyone was in short. Families were affected. And some of these players had their family members having these issues with Corona. So psychologically, they were not themselves. So I think this season will be a season of, destiny, as we say. it is about you winning your big matches and even your small matches. So the mid-table teams will be the teams you need to beat. Because if you draw against the big sides, of course, you need to go ahead to win, those small matches. And that is where you can win the league. That is where Manchester City is a good, team going forward to, kill off matches that you would rather see and think that teams are not willing to open up for them to score. That is where they show up. And if they should get Harry Kane, of course, trust me, they can just go all out to go and win it.
Oh, okay. So now we are moving from Manchester City and Norwich game to Southampton and Manchester United, which ended 1-1. Okay, so let's look at this game. Do you think Manchester United they are going to use this kind of energy to get to the top four? Because it's like they are up and down of their games. So can you please take us through their character in this league?
MC, right from game week 1, we said this, that Manchester United look more or less like ready for it this season. But then after the Leeds game, they were buoyed with so much confidence. You could just see how they were playing, the telepathy between players. Looking at Paul Pogba, getting 4 assists in one single game, could tell you that they've come to show off what they're made of or what they're capable of. And against Southampton, something happened that, it wasn't a shocker. Because last season, it was the same thing at the St. Mary's, where Southampton led by 2-0 at halftime, and then they returned, and Edison Cavani, the El Matador, he came on, and then he changed everything. They won by 3-2, and of course, making Manchester United's credibility of being the comeback kings, intact. It's always intact when it comes to them coming back and then winning against teams like Southampton. But then, of course, you could just tell that they started talking about, referees being, harsh with their decisions and all of that, because this season, a lot of things has changed. Looking at what, the ball that was taken off Fernandez's feet, if it was last season, it would have been taken as a foul. But this time, it's not going to happen. Now, these balls are given us, an advantage. Just go ahead. And, it was a shambolic way of displaying your defensive prowess from the captain, Harry Maguire. You should be able to block this ball. He rather took a knee. He took the knee for someone just said that, Black Lives Matters. That's kind of things. That was what he was trying to portray. But then, of course, that's on a low side. But then you should just say that, Manchester United didn't look up for it. I thought tactically Ole was wrong. He got everything wrong. Playing Anthony Martial wasn't the best. And so, he should go back to the drawing board. If he really wants to win it, he should go back to the drawing board. And I still think Manchester United has got a chance.
Okay. So, we are going to move from Manchester United to Arsenal and Chelsea, which was a London derby. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question. Is it, for Chelsea, is it because Lukaku's presence gave the players some kind of energy? Because the game they played yesterday was so beautiful and was so nice. We know they are the current champions of Europe, but yesterday's game, you could see the energy, you could see that kind of passion, that kind of love for football. Are we going to say because of the presence of Lukaku? And please take us through Arsenal and Chelsea game.
Right, so MC, just as you just reported, Lukaku, remember Lukaku, the last time we had a discussion, we talked about this man, when Chelsea were still looking forward to signing a marquee centre forward, and then we discussed Lukaku and Haaland. And then I made mention of the maturity now Lukaku has in his game. Now he's now a complete striker. He's now a complete number 9. If you're talking about a complete number 9, you're looking at Robert Lewandowski. He scores for fun. Anywhere he stands, he's able to shoot. Anywhere he stands, he's able to contribute. He's able to assist goals. He's able to score goals. And the hold-up play of Lukaku, we must give credit to a certain Antonio Conte. he's really worked his magic on Romelu Lukaku, and now he's holding up play so well. When you look at the game, he gave a lot of confidence to the players around him. And when you listen to Thomas Tuchel had to say something. He said something. He got this to say. He said that while they were training on Friday, he realized that there was this telepathy and this understanding between Lukaku, Mount, and Kai Havertz. So he decided to play them so he sees if it's going to work. And it really clicked. If you followed the game, you could just see how, Kai Havertz enjoyed himself playing as a free role player. He had nothing to lose because he had players who were covering. And he was, splitting passes. He was just doing a lot of different things. He was looking at his hold up and the pass he gave through which we got the second goal. It's something that you could just say that Lukaku is going to really help Chelsea if this is how he's going to play. And he got this to say when he was interviewed after the game. He said that we've not really had time to play together, and this was the first time. It took me only 5 minutes to get used to my new players. I knew where they were going to play the ball to, what they're going to do. So it took him only 5 minutes, telling you how mature he is now. And so with this kind of display, and of course, when we look at Arsenal, they were rather shambolic at home. You don't play this at home, at the Emirates. We remember from last season, Arsenal beat Chelsea home and away, and they used tactical brilliance to beat Chelsea. They played the same formation, but I don't know what happened to Arteta when he went for a 4-back system, because he thought it was Lukaku who was coming. He needed a shield, but then he got it all wrong. Chelsea really stretched them out wide, and then they used Lukaku to punish them, leaving Reece James, who was so phenomenal on the night. On the day he was so brilliant, and he did what he had to do. And so we wouldn't blame Arsenal a lot, or we wouldn't say Arsenal isn't good. They've got talented kids, but they need to mature. But then credit to Chelsea, they did what they had to.
All right, okay. Viewers, if you're watching us this Footnote Sports stream, and as I always tell you, we bring you the analysis, the real analysis. Okay, so viewers, to sponsor this show, please contact the numbers below the screen, or you can send us an email to the email on your screen. Okay, so King Morata, about the other teams, can you, within 1 or 2 minutes, can you please take us through their matches and just give us a review, just a short review about those matches?
Yeah, so MC, one of the games that I was so happy to watch was Tottenham against Wolves. Wolverhampton Wanderers played so well, but the only problem they had again was being wasteful. Adama Traore will have a 1v1 against Hugo Lloris, who is one of the worst goalkeepers when it comes to 1v1 situations, and he missed that chance. And Tottenham, getting one chance, they buried it, and they were able to keep their composure to the end. And then at the end of the day, they were able to, go back to London with all 3 points. We saw Harry Kane, who everyone thinks will be going to Manchester City, displaying, again, showing why Manchester City want to sign him. But then again, credit to, Nuno Espirito Santo for winning the game against Wolves in Wolverhampton. It was so good watching them play. And one game that we should also look at is Crystal Palace and Brentford. It was a good game. There was no goals. There were no goals, actually. There was nothing to say, okay, these guys played well, these guys didn't play well, but you could just see what they were able to do. Brentford came to win. Same applies to Crystal Palace, who played at home and they wanted to also win, but then they ended up drawing that game. And Everton also drawing in their game, was something that was telling. But then, I wouldn't say the EPL this past week was not really entertaining. It was entertaining from the very first game down to the very last one. So, we're looking forward to a better, week as we already started. So let's hope for a very good game week, and let's see what happens.
Okay, King Morata. Thank you. Okay, viewers, if you're watching, that's King Morata. King Morata just took us through the week 2 of the EPL. Kimurata, thank you for coming to Footnote Sports Stream once again.
Always MC, as always. I'm always ready to come on the show to also, do what our fans want us to give them.
Okay. All right, so viewers, it's Footnote Sports Stream, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Okay, so catch you on our next episode. See you. Bye-bye.